Hello, everybody. It is Saturday, June 6th, and welcome back to the Nick Watkins Show. I'm Nick Watkins. Let's get into it. I'm in a fantastic mood today, as you probably can tell just by the way that I'm bouncing, radiating energy through the screen here, radiating positive vibes. I do want to say yesterday it was Noah's birthday, so shout out to Noah, happy birthday. Today is Lancho's birthday. He's never been on the show before, he probably never will be, but happy birthday to Lancho. And hey, if you're watching this your birthday, happy birthday. Even if it's not your birthday, what a great day to be alive. The Lord has blessed us with this incredible, great day. I'm super happy to be here with you guys. So much to talk about. Let's get right into it. I am really excited to be here today, doing the Nick Watkins show like normal, but just to have some good vibes going on today. And my nose, I wish I could be talking deeper like this, but my nose is a little congested. I do notice that in the morning time, whenever I go to the gym and then come home and record. But whenever I do the recording before the gym, I sound like this. I sound super nasally. But but we're gonna try and work that out. We're gonna be talking deeper like this for the majority of the episode, if that's all right with you guys. Let's get right into it though. So yesterday, uh, big games, NBA Finals. The Giants. Where did this come from? We're going to talk about the Giants first. So yesterday, the Giants went into Chicago and beat the Cubs 18-3. Giants had 18 runs on 19 hits, no errors. The Cubs had 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors. Dude, this was unbelievable performance from the Giants. I am not sure how this happened, but I am not complaining about it. The Giants' offense is just on fire right now. This is how the game went. Um, the game started in the top of the first. Willie Adames with a 2-run, 2-out home run, 427 feet. It literally left the stadium. This was a bomb. Okay, so it literally left Wrigley Field. That made it 2-0. You go to the top of the fourth inning. The Giants have the bases loaded. Arias, Adames, and Eldridge. And Matt Chapman, who has been struggling offensively the entirety of this year, cranks one out to center for a unicorn home run. A unicorn, if you're not familiar, is a home run that only would have been a home run at that ballpark it was hit in. So you could say that's cheap, but I say just if you want to make it not a home run, then you should have changed your fence. But Matt Chapman with a grand slam, and this is big. The Giants have, I think, like 7 grand slams this year. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. How many? Six grand slams. And they've hit those grand slams in a 20-day span. You go back to Harrison Bader had one. Harrison Bader had another one. Okay, that's 2. Then Devers had one. Then Eric Haas had one. So hold on, that's Bader, Devers, Haas. And then this most recent one by Matt Chapman. Which one was the 5th one? I'm gonna take a look here. Oh, it was against the Rockies, wasn't it? It was Adames. So it was Bader against the A's, Bader against the uh, White Sox. Then it was Devers against the White Sox. Then it was Adames against the Rockies, Eric Haas against the Brewers, and then yesterday Matt Chapman against the Cubs. 6 grand slams in 20 days is absurd. It is absurd. And the Giants just keep doing it. And yesterday's stories, I messed it up. Yesterday, homers was the name of the game for the Giants. Adames 2-run in the first. Matt Chapman, of course, the unicorn grand slam. In the same inning, the fourth, Casey Schmidt with a no-doubter. Then in the sixth inning, Adames with his second home run. In the same inning, Chapman with his second home run. This one was a 3-run no-doubter. Absolutely crushed it. And then in the ninth inning, both off of Carson Kelly, the Cubs catcher, Jonah Cox, his first career home run, and Casey Schmidt, his second of the game. This was absolutely insane. The Giants just kept hitting homers. They had 19 hits in this game. 7 of them left the yard. And those 7 from 4 players. So 3 players had multi-home run games. This is the type of offense that we were expecting in the beginning of the season. Actually, I don't know about this offense. I don't know about 7 homers in a game, putting up 19 hits in 2 consecutive games, scoring double digits in 2 consecutive games. I don't think we could have expected that. But along the lines of this, where the entire offense is contributing, and you go up and down, and you feel confident in the lineup. Right now, I feel confident in the Giants lineup, maybe for the first time this year. And that's crazy to say, especially considering where we are. But if you take all these performances from guys who were struggling in April, like Chapman and Adames, and they have multi-homer games, and Schmidt continues his red-hot hitting, and Jung-Hoo Lee extends his hitting streak to 13 games, and everybody in the entire lineup is hitting, I feel confident in the Giants lineup. And I could not have said that earlier in the year. I feel confident in this Giants lineup for the first time. And just go down the order. Casey Schmidt, 4 for 6, 3 RBIs, 2 homers. Rafi Devers, 2 for 5 with the RBI and a double. Luis Arias, 2 for 5 with the double RBI, 2 runs. Adames, 2 for 2, 2 homers, 2 walks. He was on fire. That's a perfect game. He did not commit an error either. He literally had a perfect game. He did not make an out. He scored every single time he got to the batter's box. Jung-Hoo Lee, 1 for 4 with a run scored. A double extends his extra base hit. Extends his hit streak to 13 games, like I mentioned. Bryce Eldridge, 2 for 5, 2 runs. Matt Chapman, 2 for 3, 8 RBIs, a grand slam, and a 3-run home run and a sac fly. Susac did not have a hit, but he did a good job catching. And then the center field platoon, Drew Gilbert, 1 for 2 with a run scored. And then Jonah Cox, 3 for 3, 2 singles in the same inning. And then the home run, his first career home run later on in the game. Unbelievable performance from the Giants offense. This is exactly what you want to see. This is what we were hoping for the offense at the beginning of the year. I am loving the way the offense is playing right now, up and down. Like I mentioned, um, the guys who were struggling in April, Matt Chapman, 8 RBIs yesterday. Adames, 4 RBIs. Both those guys hit 2 home runs in the game. Rafi Devers, 2 for 5 with the RBI. He is fully out of his slump. And those are the 3 guys who were struggling in April. And they're right back on track. And the guys who were playing well beginning of the year are still doing that. Casey Schmidt, 4 for 6, 2 homers, 3 RBIs. Luis Arias, 2 for 5 with the RBI. Jung-Hoo Lee, 13-game hitting streak. And maybe the most exciting of it all is Bryce Eldridge, the top prospect for the Giants. Looks like a real big league hitter at the plate. He looks completely locked in. He's rarely striking out anymore, and he's crushing baseballs. That's maybe the most exciting thing about it, is that Bryce Eldridge is hitting, and everyone else is also hitting. And the offense looks good for the first time this year, to be honest. It looks complete. This is what I was hoping for. It feels like a complete lineup. It feels like a deep lineup. When your 7-hitter knocks in 8 RBIs, that's a pretty deep lineup. And I was really happy with the way the offense performed yesterday and the way they performed the day before. 19 hits yesterday, 20 hits the day before, for 18 and 12 runs respectively. Dude, the offense looks dialed. They look locked in. They look like a fresh, energized group. And I know we're very much out of things right now, But if the offense can keep going, that's a good sign for now and for the future potentially. I we don't really need to worry about big picture stuff. All we want to worry about is the Giants' offense is hitting, and we want that to continue. I'm super happy about that. The offense looks excellent. I can't wait to watch today's game and see if they can do it again. Other score? No, we didn't even talk about the pitching. All right, the winning pitcher in this game was Robbie Ray. He's now 4-6. This one was 5 innings, no runs, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts. He did walk 5 batters. So here's the thing that I've been noticing a lot with Robbie Ray, and it's the walks. Okay, so look, yesterday's game, 5 scoreless innings, just the 2 hits. That's a masterful performance. However, if you watched it, you could see he has 5 walks. It was kind of a grind. He had to fight hard to get through those 5 innings. A big double play to end the 5th inning did help that, but the control it's been a problem for him recently. When he's not going well, he's walking a lot of batters. And here he walked a lot of batters. He walked 5 batters, but only 2 hits. So when the walks led to chances for the Cubs, they could not cash in on their chances. He did a good job with that. And I mean, he they did not get hits off of him. Only 2 hits through 5. They of course got no runs off of him, but the walk number is really high, and you'd love to see that come down. He really had to fight to get through those 5 innings, and in this game, he was able to do that. In other games, I might be a little bit more concerned against maybe some better offensive teams. The Cubs have been struggling recently, not playing their best ball, but for Robbie Ray, I just love to see the walking numbers come down. I'd love to see him have a little bit more control over his pitches. This is a great outing. It's definitely one of his best outings of the year, but the walk numbers are really high, and you'd like to see that come down. And he got the win though, and that's really what matters. We got the win, so I liked Robbie Ray's performance, but I would love it more if there were less walks. All right, let's go to scores from around the league from yesterday. The Tigers beat the Mariners 7-3. The Phillies beat the White Sox 8-6. A pretty crazy game. The Red Sox beat the Yankees 5-3. Um, Sonny Gray's now 7-1. That's pretty crazy. I feel like he hasn't been doing that well, but he has 7 wins. The Orioles beat the Blue Jays 13-3 with a big explosion late in the game. Adley Rutschman, whoa, this guy, 4 for 4 with 3 extra base hits and 5 RBIs. He had a great offensive game. You look at his stats, he's hitting 273 in 172 appearances. OPS 858. So he's actually playing pretty well this year. Remember, he was an all-star in 2023. 2024, I think he was good. Remember, they won games that season. 2023, they won a lot of games. 2024, they won less games, but I really liked that Orioles team. They had Corbin Burns. I really liked that Orioles team. But Adley Rutschman was not as good that year, and then last year was just really bad for him. But he's a good player. Switch hitting catcher. I believe he was taken 1-1 by the Orioles. Um, I I think he's a really great catcher, and I want him to succeed. I really do. Um, he is a really great catcher, and if he can continue to play well, then that's good news for the Orioles. The Orioles, who are 31-33, the Blue Jays are now 30-34. It's a big moment in the East, perhaps. The Rays shut out the Marlins 6-0. The Braves beat the Pirates 6-3. The Astros beat the A's 5-1. The Twins beat the Royals 5-3. The Cardinals beat the Reds 10-3. The Rangers beat the Guardians 3-2 on a game-winning Corey Seager home run. Okay, what's my hair doing? It's doing something weird here, but we're just gonna move past that. The Brewers in extra innings beat the Rockies 9-7. They scored 9 runs in the fourth, 9 runs in the 10th to win. Pretty nuts game, but hey, there you go. The Nationals beat the Diamondbacks 14-1. big explosion from the Nationals. James Wood hit another home run. James Wood is crushing it right now. He has 17 home runs, a 944 OPS is the fourth best mark in the league. He does strike out a ton. However, you hit that many home runs and you slug that many balls, man, you'll make up for the strikeouts. That's really good. The Mets beat the Padres 5-0. The Padres have lost their sixth consecutive game. Wow, not looking good for the Padres. They have gone on a free fall here. They're now 2 games above 500. Lost 6 games in a row. 1-9 in the last couple. In the last 10 games, they're really playing bad baseball here. Things are not going their way. They have gone into a free fall here. It's almost like somebody said they didn't have enough offense. I wonder who said that. I did. I said that. Um, the Dodgers beat the Angels 1-0. This game was nuts. Both teams only had 3 hits in this one, and the Dodgers won on a walk-off home run from Freddie Freeman. Pretty crazy. All right. Well, today's action. It's going to be a good day for baseball here. Good day for baseball. The Giants take on the Chicago Cubs again, looking to win their fourth consecutive game. It's going to be Landon Roop on the bump, and Landon Roop needs a good start. He has not had a win since April 26th. Landon Roop in April was just so good, and I thought he was going to be all-star. And the Giants have not won a game in which Landon Roop has started since uh, since April 26th. That's not good. That's really not good. Um, and he was not. Hopefully, you can say it's June. He's going to be back in June. Well, he already made a start in June. He was not good. Um, look, he said the one against Arizona that was not his fault. Um, Neither of them. He had 2 really good starts against the Diamondbacks, in which the Giants lost. Those weren't his fault. The one in LA, it wasn't a bad start. I mean, he hasn't even been terrible. Like he just keeps losing games. So hopefully, with the offense going well now, they can actually win a game behind the commander Landon Roop. But we'll have to see how it goes. But I I'm feeling a little hopeful today for the Giants. Hopefully, we can win this ball game. Excuse me. It's going to be Roop versus Ben Brown. Hopefully, it goes well for us. All right, let's talk about basketball after a quick break. All right, we're back. I'm back from my break. Um, Here we go. Ready? The Spurs and the Knicks. Game 2 of the NBA Finals was yesterday, and what a game it was. This one was really, really good. I was very happy with the way the game went, and yeah, it was a great game. It was a great game. So the Knicks won it 105 to 104 to take a 2-0 series lead over the San Antonio Spurs. The first half, pretty much all Spurs, except for towards the end. So they actually had a pretty good fourth quarter lead, or third quarter, sorry, quarter one lead. They went on a big run, an 11-3 run at the end of the first quarter to put them up. They led by 9 at the end of the first quarter. Um, and then they just kept going. But interestingly enough, the Knicks regained some momentum in the second quarter, and the second quarter was all Knicks. So the first quarter was all Spurs, second quarter all Knicks, and they actually went on a big run. They went on a 22-7 run from second quarter to right around the start of the third quarter, and that's how they got back in the game. Karl-Anthony Towns kind of went nuts in that second quarter. He had a great second quarter. Looking at the stats for him, overall he was 21 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, shot 66% from the field. Cat is having a fantastic game, but in the second quarter, Karl-Anthony Towns had 12 points and 4 rebounds. on 4 for 5 shooting. He was really good. Also, in that second quarter, Mikal Bridges had 3 3-pointers, 11 points overall. He was really good in this one, especially in that second quarter. That's where most of his points came from. And the Knicks, thanks to Cat and Bridges, got back into the game, erased the deficit in the second quarter, and they kept the lead for almost the entirety of the rest of the game. I think they did. I don't think they trailed. I don't think they trailed at all throughout the rest of the game. I thought it might have been tied at one point, but let me just double. Yeah, so it was tied. Oh no, the Spurs did end up taking the lead at one point. So they almost did not trail for the rest of the game. But yeah, thanks to a big second quarter from Karl-Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges, who I thought were the two best players on the court last night, they were able to erase the deficit, take the lead entering halftime, and they did not give it up until very late in the fourth quarter. Mikal Bridges was really good shooting the basketball. He shot 61% last night, 4 threes. Cat, my goodness, Karl Anthony Towns, 21, 13, and 4, 66%. He was really good. And of course, you got to remember, he's being guarded by Wembanyama, the DPOY, and he still put up 21 and 13. That's a very impressive feat. Karl Anthony Towns is playing like the Finals MVP, in my opinion. He was really good last night, and that's how, in my opinion, the Knicks were able to win the game because of that big second quarter run to close the gap. They just kept going and they kept building their lead, and when they got down to it close, they were able to hang on and win the game. Um, the Knicks, yeah, they pretty much dominated the rest of the third quarter. The fourth quarter, the Spurs went on a run, and I could feel it coming. And I was watching the game with Grant and Mello, and also Matt Vaughn and the DTO. We were all watching the game at Grant's house, and when there was a couple shots the Spurs made and the Knicks ended up not responding to it, that we could actually feel the Spurs starting to come back, and boy did they come back. They went on a huge run. They went on a 20-0 run, I think, at that point in time in the game. Um, they they went on a gigantic run. Um, they were down. They were down by, let's just get this right here, 12 points. They were down by 12 points, and they scored 12 consecutive to get it right back. That's not true. I apologize. That's not true. They were down by 12, and they went on a 21-5 run. I think they went on a 20-0 run actually before it was interrupted by some free throws from OG. The Spurs went on a gigantic run, and we could feel it coming. And that was the interesting part about it. And kind of the weird part is when that first shot and that second shot went down, Grant said, "This is the comeback." And he said, the vibes, which is ironic. That's what I always say. He was making fun of me, but I agreed with him. I agreed with him. I said, "You're right. The Spurs are going to come back here. We could feel it." And they did. They did. I also will say in the third quarter, I declared the game over when the Knicks went up by double digits. I said this game is over. Of course, we kept watching it, and the Knicks did end up winning, I might say. But when I got to that point, I realized that the game was definitely not over, and that the Spurs were going to come back and make it interesting. And boy, did they! When he got to the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter, after that Spurs run, this game went to a different level, and many different interesting things happened. So, um, the Spurs got a dunk from Wembanyama and then a fast break layup from Harper. Harper was brilliant yesterday. He was so good on a goaltend. Then a steal going back the other way. Wembanyama lead taking and one layup. This was a big shot in the game to put them up by 4. Then you go back the other way, and Jalen Brunson, Captain Clutch, that guy, made the game tying fadeaway. Then This is what happened. A big talking point from yesterday. Wemby missed the shot. Then Brunson missed the shot, both from 17, ironically. And Wembanyama gets the rebound, and Wembanyama tries to pass it to Stephon Castle. No big deal, except Castle wasn't looking at him. And you might want to say, well, who's at fault here? I think it's equally both their faults because Wemby was running up the court and Castle was looking back at him, and then he turned his head, and then Wemby passed the ball. So on one hand, Castle for not being aware of the situation, I guess, and then Wemby for making that pass. I feel like you can't. It's just really unfortunate the way it worked out for the Spurs there, and it ended up going to Brunson, and Brunson got it, and he drove, and he got fouled. So he made the free throws. He made one free throw, and he missed the second one, and that was the chance for the Spurs. Um, Cornette with the board gets to Wembanyama, and Wemby has the chance to win the game off the inbound pass. And this is what happened. Wemby goes up, and he misses the game-winning shot. He missed it from 21 feet out. They ran a play where they got it to Fox, and Fox was able to manage to get to Wemby, being guarded by Mitchell Robinson from 21 feet out. A jumper from about the corner of the paint, but a little bit more out, going directly out from that spot. And he missed it. And it was a good look. He had the shot. It was a good look, and he missed it. Now, I want to talk big picture here about Wembanyama because game one, Wemby was not good at all, I don't think. He did drop 26 and 12, but he shot 28% from the field. Not good. In this game, he had 29 and 9 with 4 blocks. And to be honest with you, I watched the entire game, and I can't remember Wemby scoring 29 points. I know he scored a lot of points late in the fourth quarter, but throughout the game, I just didn't really feel like he was scoring like that and that he was scoring efficiently. It felt like he was not playing well. Maybe because of how well Cat was playing, it maybe skewed it a little bit. But Wemby had a really nice game. He shot 52% and dropped 29 points, of course. And he had 4 blocks and 9 rebounds, which is a great game. So it was a great game. And he did miss the game winning shot. I want to ask, is Victor Wembanyama still that guy? And this is a kind of a conversation we had last night. Of course, very popular debate here on the Nick Watkins Show about that guy. And let's just break it down real quick. Is Wemby an elite player? Oh, of course. He might be one of the best ever when it's all said and done. Is he a clutch player? I mean, you tell me, right? He did miss that game winning shot, but here in the finals, in his first finals run ever, his first playoff appearance goes to the finals, drops 29 on efficient shooting. He did miss that game winning shot and he did turn it over late. That's what I'm not too sure about. Is the mentality there? Oh, for sure. So that's 2 out of 3 for sure checked off. Elite skill and the mentality is 100% there. Is he a clutch performer? And it's kind of 50-50 now. I think if you asked me like before the finals started, 100% he's that guy. But it kind of feels like I still think he is, to be honest. I still think Wembanyama is that guy, but he has to kind of earn it a little bit. Like he's on a tipping point between a bad performance in the clutch and a good performance in the clutch to decide the narrative. I think if he has another bad performance in the clutch here in this series, that title temporarily will be taken away from him. But if he has a good game, then I think he's going to get it back. Even if the Spurs still lose the series, I still think he's that guy. As long as he doesn't choke at any point in this series. As long as he doesn't choke again, then he's still that guy. But his status as that guy is a little up for debate right now. But I'm willing to give it to him just because he's such a good player and what we saw in the Western Conference Finals being that guy. But it's he's on thin ice in terms of that guyness. So we'll have to watch the rest of the series, which is sure to be absolutely exciting, and see if Wembanyama still is that guy, or if I can't believe I'm going to say this, is he larping? I can't believe I said that. All right, let's talk about the Spurs side of things. So it is interesting. I did mention that Wemby, I did not remember him having a good performance in this game, even though he did. He had a great performance, but watching it did not really feel like it happened. For De'Aaron Fox, it was even more so. I thought Fox was having a terrible game. He missed two wide open jumpers. He only missed four shots in this game. He was 8 for 12. He shot 66%, had 20 points. But it's crazy. I don't remember him having this good of a game. Like I thought he was playing terribly. In my mind, he was playing terribly. Yet he had a really good game statistically. Maybe that's it. But like he did not miss many shots, but kind of felt like he was having a bad game. I don't really know. Like he didn't really turn the ball over. Well, he had four turnovers. Maybe that was I don't know. It was weird. Kind of a Mandela effect, I guess. I will say the guy who I was really impressed with on the Spurs was Dylan Harper. I mean, he had 15 points, 6 for 12. Did not make a three, but still, he was really good. Dylan Harper was fantastic. Um, I will say, I think Cat is having a monster series. I think Karl Anthony Towns is a force to be reckoned with. And I was curious going into it how they would match up with Wemby because, you know, Chet and Hartenstein and Randall and Gobert, that they're not Cat. I think Cat is making himself he's making a case here. Cat is making a case here for one of the best big men in the league. Maybe the best. I don't know about the best, but he's making a case for like top three with the way he's playing. If the series ended right now, I would give Karl Anthony Towns the Finals MVP because he had two really good games. Game one, he was 18 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, and in game two, 21 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists. So he's really doing it very well, doing it at a high level. He has been great this postseason, and man, Karl Anthony Towns is playing like an absolute dog. He's playing to his full potential right now. This might be the best I've ever seen him play. We had a discussion last night. Is Karl Anthony Towns the best shooting big ever? I believe we said Al Horford, but and then we got distracted because of Al Horford. But Karl Anthony Towns is maybe one of the best shooting bigs ever. And man, he's playing outstanding. Also, Mikal Bridges was really, really good last night. Every time he shot the ball, I thought it was going in. And in the second quarter, that was the case. He did not miss in the second quarter. 4 for 4, 3 for 3 from three, 11 points. So Cat and Mikal, really good. Brunson, not so much. He had 20 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, which is good. Not for his standards. I feel like it's a little low. But excuse me, he was 7 for 25 in this game. Game one, he had 30 points on 12 for 31. So he's taking a ton of shots and he's really not making them. He didn't have too many free throws, just 4 for 5. But yeah, Brunson, he's still putting up good point numbers. He's still contributing, but not at the level you'd want him to be at. I wonder how much the injury is playing into that. But Cat and Bridges really, really good yesterday. And I'm really high on the Knicks. I'm jumping on the bandwagon to be honest with you. I'm caught up in the hype. Um, let's talk big picture here. Is the series over? Um, I think yes and no. I don't think the Knicks are going to sweep if that's what that question means. I guess the question really means, Nick, do you think that the Knicks have this series wrapped up? And I don't know if it's going to be comfortable as that, but I do think the Knicks are going to win this series. I think they're going to end up winning it. And I predicted it to go 6 games. Either way, it was going to go 6 games. Whoever's going to win, and that feels about right. I don't think the Spurs are just going to roll over, lie down, and just take it like that. They're not the type of team to do that. Of course, they're going to fight to the very end, and I could see them winning one of games 3 or 4, and then taking game 5 as well. I can see that happening for sure. They might take game 3 and 5, but the Knicks they feel like a force right now. They won the 2 road games, and now they're going home to, of course, now that Roracle doesn't exist, the toughest atmosphere for an opposing team to play at in Madison Square Garden. They're going to be home. It's going to be so loud. And like I've been mentioning all postseason, they feel invincible. They've won 13 games in a row for crying out loud. So they pretty much are invincible. And I think I don't want to say it's over like that because the Spurs are going to fight till the very end. It's not going to be a cakewalk for the Knicks from here on out. In fact, it may get harder to win those games. But I do think they are going to win this series. And that's the reality of the situation for me. They're playing so well, and even if the Spurs crank up the intensity, they will win some games. There's no way they're getting swept. I think it's going to go six. It feels right. They're going to probably win games 3 and 5, but the Knicks will take 4 and 6 at home, which will be crazy, and win the NBA Finals. That's just how I see it going. They have a 2-0 series lead. They did exactly what they needed to do. Best case scenario right now for the Knicks. And the Spurs, backs against the wall, they will fight, but I think the Knicks will win this Finals in 6 games. And we'll wait to see. Game 3 is on Monday. I'm excited for it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So that was basketball. I'm really enjoying this discussion right now, you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for putting that with me. Basketball yesterday for the W. The Wings beat the Sparks, the Mercury over the Fire, the Sky over the Sun. The Valkyries, who have dropped 2 of 3, they take on the Aces. They lost to the Aces on May 31st by 10 points. Aces are a very good team. Wow, what the heck was that? Aces are a very good team. Uh, no, I did not pick them to win the finals, but I think I'm really quite scared of the Aces. They're probably the most intimidating team. I think Asia Wilson is one of the best players I've ever seen. Um, just the dominance. And Jackie Young is also very good. The Aces are a great team, historically good team for their existence. This is going to be a tough game for the Valks, but on national TV, I hope he can get it done. Let's go to the hockey. Uh, 1-1 is the series tally of the Stanley Cup Finals, and game number 3 is tonight from Las Vegas. The Hurricanes and the Golden Knights. The Hurricanes won game 2 in overtime. The Golden Knights won game 1 in regulation, and this is going to be a very interesting game. I am intrigued to see how it's going to go. Is Carolina going to dictate how the game is going to be played? Are they going to get their shots up? Or is Vegas going to use it? I don't know. It feels like Vegas has the momentum, but you got to remember about game 2, Carolina won that one in overtime, which is a huge boost for momentum. So it does feel like Vegas is the better team right now, but Carolina, I don't I don't know. It really I think it kind of depends on how the atmosphere is going to be. It's kind of a vibe thing for me. I don't know how the atmosphere is going to be. I'm sure it's going to be electric, but if Carolina can come out and quiet things down and control the game, they should win it. But if Vegas allows it to, or not Vegas allows it to, but if Vegas can stick around, stay in there, they'll probably take advantage of their home ice advantage at some point and go on a little bit of a run. I'm excited to see how it's going to go. This is an important game. Game 3 is an important game. The winner of this game will take the lead of the series, no matter what. And I am excited for it. I'm really not sure what my analysis is. I think it's just a really important game, and I'm excited to watch it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait. The World Cup is a week away. We got the NBA Finals yesterday, Stanley Cup Finals today. The WNBA is in full swing, pretty much. Baseball in full swing. We're here in the summertime. This is the summertime, people. Let's have some fun. It's going to be a lot of fun today. I can't wait to enjoy today's day. So thank you, Lord, for this day. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, subscribe, like, do what you got to do. Drop a comment. Share it on socials if you want to do that. But thank you for being here. If you're still here, drop Dingler in the comments to reference to old video. It's kind of the thing. Hey, drop a Dylan Dingler in the comments if you're still watching at this point in the video. And if you are still here in the video, I thank you sincerely because you rock. And I'll see you tomorrow.